Everybody, how you doing? It's Lady Oscar. Good morning. Good morning to everyone. So, to each his own path. Oh, my disclaimer, always. I did a meditation and came up with this name. And I looked through all the different avenues, business resources. No one had the name, so I took it because I'm a Scorpio and I am at the crossroads. Anyways, so just bear with me because you know how I am. Well, today I was thinking about doing a video to help someone out that is really ill. And I wanted to post a video. But this person doesn't have Messenger, so I can't private message her. And I don't want to get into this conversion and all this other stuff. It's so funny. Like, people come to me for help with things, but then they're like, oh, you're not right. You not saved because you deal with the occult and blah, blah, blah. You going to hell. I'll cry for you or I'll pray for you. Don't do that for me. Please don't, because that shows ignorance on your part or whoever's part if they're thinking that. Yeah, you know me, Miss Controversial. So today I want to talk about our past, and it's pretty deep. So we're going to work through this. Hopefully I can do this in one video, I hope. But let's go with it. Over there on that wall. You know what's definitely wrong on that wall? Every time I've tried to do a video and I go near this area, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. It's really weird. Plus this house has bad thing in it, but it's all good. Yeah. As you all know, that little girl was always, let me get past. Let me start a few examples of things that's happened to me. I met a lady when I was living in Cleveland. She had said to me, you know, hon, don't you know why you're like crapped on so bad? And I'm like, why? And I'm like, I was saved at 13, but you know, I have this path that opens up even more into this big universe. And you know, as I grew, most people don't understand that. They think to be a Christian, you have to be a woman who stays at home and, you know, does makeup or washes the dishes, washes the floor, cleans the toilet. No. Wrong answer. Or, well, women sin, so therefore we're all punished forever. There is no justice in that. No. And the fact that we know that, but yet we still have men who've genetically modified foods and did all this other stuff to destroy our things. And no, I'm not a man hater. Not at all. Not at all. Lord, I don't want to get off topic. I'm not a man hater. But anyways, I was having this conversation with this woman. And they're like, front lines. And then I met someone else who owns a store. And he goes, girl, you are going through a tribulation time. Do you know why? Because you are on the front lines. And I really had to think about that. And this morning it really came full force. No, I am not that person that loads the kids into the van. And it doesn't make me any less of a woman. It's just who I am. You know, people love Joan of Arc. She wasn't going around talking about having babies. She was talking about saving France, her homeland, her mother country from these invaders. And when I look at history and go back, I think, wow, there is a reason why they did not want, whoever you want to think of, why they did not want England to have a foothold in France. Something is not right there, especially when this woman had visions of Archangel Michael. And she was a very pious young girl. So I want to say she was probably more introverted. And it almost is like my life, being introverted, being picked on and things like that growing up, to the point so where, anyways, it was a real big challenge because she kept telling, you know, the angels, there's no way. I'm not here. I'm just a girl. There's no way I'm going to liberate France. And finally, she went and did what they told her. And she did. She helped liberate France. And in the end, it cost her. And who knows why? We don't know the whole story. We weren't there. We don't know if somebody betrayed her because they didn't want women to be seen as a powerful source or equal with men. I mean, we have to put everything into perspective with that timeline when we study history. It's like people say the Bible contradicts each other, but you know, one section they say it's okay to be a prophet, another one it says it's not, and just Anyways, I don't want to get into that. So we have to think about time and place and what's going on and what city you're living in, okay? So these things were said to me. You're on the front lines. I'm not afraid to go to the dark places. Apprehensive, concerned, yes. I'm not afraid of the light, obviously. And I've gone pretty far out into the universe. I haven't gone to the brightest of light yet, but I mean, I've gone pretty far. What else? It's like without even realizing it. You ever have that where you're like, dang, I've been doing all this stuff, and then suddenly I realized what I was doing. Like, here I was doing all this research. I'm trying to help humanity. You know, I want to do this video on herbs and different things you can do, and I want to promote these different people out there in holistic, you know, medical fields. But at the same time, I also want to be cautious because I don't need more of the dark side coming after me. And the dark side, I mean the destructive dark side. When we're going through our dark side, it is destructive. When we were molested as children, sexually abused, and we finally decide to confront it, it can be a hard time. You can go around hating everybody, and because you don't know what to do with this pain and this anger that you're carrying in you. So it can be destructive on some level because it can ruin your life if you don't take care of it and get that fixed, whether you see a psychologist or go and do natural things like barking at the moon, really, to get rid of the negative stuff. I think I did a video on that. But anyways, so I try to be really careful with what I put out there. And some people, this stuff doesn't work because they haven't raised that vibration, is what I believe. They haven't crossed that bridge to help them, or they just don't believe in it, and maybe it's not meant to be. I mean, I know somebody right now who's had cancer twice, and he doesn't, whenever I would get around him, my spiritual team would be fluttering in my ears, and that means danger. Step the hell back. And I was warned about working for this man, and he was evil. When he found out you could get women pregnant and then have sex with the babies, he thought that was pretty awesome. I mean, he was a dark being himself. He was on the lower rung of Jacob's ladder. That's the only way I know how to describe this, to try to speak to like the masses. And some of you that are, you know, Wicca and pagan and witches may say, oh, why does it always have to go back to a Christian context? I don't know. I'm just trying to get it out there to help people understand that there's different levels with our spiritual lives. You know, and I don't even want to get into the, yes, we do live more than one life, because that would really freak people out, because they'd rather probably just try to be good and pay for their sins once, quote unquote, than to have to relive it and keep coming back. I mean, but it's in the Bible. Anyways, enough of that. But no, seriously. So I do believe we all have our own path. And anyways, I was going to post this stuff, and then I started to think, you know, this person doesn't have Messenger. I can't send her a link directly to it, so it's private to just her to see. And I'm like, I can just see it now, them coming on my YouTube channel, trying to give me grief, trying to get into my stuff, because the dark side will try everything they can to beat down anybody who's trying to lead people in light. My channel was designed for those of us like me who are mediums, psychic mediums, and who also, when it comes to that mediumship, go to the dark places to try to help people. There's mediums out there, like Teresa, the Long Island medium. I don't know how to say her last name. Katapuchko. I don't know. But, you know, she's always love and light. Her mission is to heal in that love and light and gentleness. Then there's people like me that say, hell no, we're going to go to the source. Let's go to the source. Let's go to the source. Who started this? Where's the root cause of this? You see the difference? Don't feel sorry for me. Don't be concerned for me. Don't say, oh God, that girl could die. Oh God, this. Oh, there's a million of bad things that could happen to her. Don't even. Just don't even, because I'm working on that. I just mixed up a great big, wonderful thing, oil, that is so out of this freaking world. I started it on the super moon. I am fixing anything and everything I can. You best believe it, because that is me. Because you know what? I know that we have many lives, so now I'm working even harder to get done what has to be done. And not everybody can understand that. That's okay. Remember, we all are on a different level with our spiritual understanding. What kills me, though, is there are ministers out there that know. Sorry, I'm like peeling my potatoes. But there are ministers out there that know that we have some things that have been mistranslated, but they don't want to put it all. Somebody will say we did something wrong. We have that we've mistranslated. Well, it's not that big a deal. That's what happens. We grow. Things have different meanings. It's like all the talk about bringing back Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They're like people nowadays, young kids can't relate completely with it because it was a different time then. There was different things going on and happening, and that's okay. That's okay because we're evolving, and that's what we need to do, but we need to evolve in the light. You see there? The darkness hates me. They hate me. So anyways, I thought I'd do this video and just say, please don't leave hate mail. Don't leave comments. And I don't want to hear, oh, I love you, but you're going to hell. Just shut up. Just don't even bother me. And just know, too, I have it on my site. My videos are not to be shared with anybody. They are copyrighted. They are my property. They are not to be shared. And you probably don't want to with me because I will tear your world apart if you screw with me. Believe me. I have been through hell the last 13 years. Let me put it this way. My son goes, Mom, I know you. And if you have to go to the cemetery and a crossroads at the cemetery at night, you'll do it. With a cow's tongue, yeah, you do it. Whatever you got to do to get rid of the hex, the cursing, the crap that's hanging over us. Because remember, when those women cursed me, they hurt my son. So I could really give a shit less. They walk in the dark. They like to do hateful, spiteful things to people. The one woman really relishes on it. The one chick learned her lesson, and she is in such a place of sadness right now. In the past, I would have felt sad for her, but now I feel like, you know what? You brought it upon yourself. You messed with somebody else. And it wasn't just jealousy and enviousness. No, there was more to it than that. It wasn't just her dealing with her shadow side. And the other one's like, I'm just chilling out over here in the corner because I just want to be on the winning side. And I'm going to jump on whoever's bandwagon is winning. Pretty much. Yeah. And the other one's like, oh, hell no, bitch. I'm on the dark side. I'm going to take you down. Ain't happening, sister. Ain't happening. Because I always have my eyes and ears open. My entire life, I'm a Scorpio. My life path tells me I'm all about the spiritual side. So my eyes and ears will always be open. And I am going to have my shop one day, and my walls are going to be up, and ain't nobody messing with me. Because they do, I will hem them up in a minute. Hem them up. So anyways, my whole purpose of doing this was to say everybody has their own path. We understand our lane. Our path is our mission. We understand our lane. And just because someone else can understand that doesn't mean that it's wrong or that it's something that's evil. If you don't want to go messing with it because it scares you and freaks you out, that's fine. You know how many times I've heard people say stuff like that, and then they have a dark spirit around them. I'm like, boy, I wonder if they know that dark spirit, that it's not rats in their basement. It's like the dark spirit's crawling on their walls and shit, I mean, really? Come on. Really? So, anyways, there you have it in a nutshell. I'm not here for hate speech. I'm not here for any of that. But anyways, that's my thing on it. Don't bother me. Don't harass me. Open up your mind and see the sides that are involved and understand each person is at their own evolution. My evolution is not for anybody else, and I would not ask anybody to be the way I am because it takes a lot to live a life like this. I don't get up in the morning and say, ooh, I'm just going to go skipping. It's kind of like the Buffy series. Maybe that's why I like Buffy, because Buffy would get up in the morning, she'd be like bopping her little head, woo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I'm going to go do this today. I'm going cheerleading, like the one where that woman was putting those spells on him and making him feel drunk, making her feel drunk. And now she was bebopping all around. Oh, slayer schmayer stuff. I don't need to be a slayer today. Well, some of us are slayers, and it's our life. And I wouldn't ask anybody to live this life like this at all. Not at all. I just ask that people don't go around harming other people without real justification in calls. And I think I did a video on this where, you know, you do divination first, you read that person, you find out what's there. Are they truly like calling demons to themselves to harm other people, to kill other people, to steal their livelihoods? Because we don't need any more of that in this world, because when you have things like that going on, it allows for tears in our fabric, our energy fields between dimensions. Okay, so with that, this crazy chick here, she's checking out. All right, you guys have a great day. Stand by for more videos. Blessed be. And remember, keep your cool and don't judge others in a way that, you know, you're harming them from walking in their path. You may not understand it, but it's just the way it has to be. All right?